saw this quote once. It said, "Never show your happiness to less unfortunate people than yourself."
Yeah. Yeah.
You sort of mean, because they get jealous.
But sometimes, like, but the thing is like someone doesn't always even have to have a lot in order to be happy. So it's like sometimes people might characterize someone being happy as someone being blessed in some kind of way, but that's not even always the case. Some people are just like us, where yes, we're not bad off. You know, we're relatively well off in comparison to a lot of people, but we're not millionaires by any stretch of the imagination. We're not, you know what I mean? We're not, you know.
No, I've struggled year by year, to be honest with you, you know.
And
personally,
you know, I've been through my struggles too. You know what I mean? And now I'm a little bit more comfortable in life, but I'm not a millionaire by any, you know what I mean, stretch of the imagination. You know. So we're just appreciative. We're just happy because we're just, you know, we're blessed. You know.
well, we're two people basically that know that how to appreciate being alive.
That's
basically,
it. Simple.
You know, and we understand that, if you sort of mean, and you know, so a lot of people getting upset and jealous, which completely destroys them completely. You know, because I mean, there's no point in getting jealous of anyone, because I mean, it's like, say for instance, somebody that is richer and he is much better than me or whatever, and he's younger than me.
Yeah.
And I'm getting jealous of him for some reason, right?
Yeah.
And then he might be dead tomorrow.
Yeah. And you might still be alive.
And I still might be alive, do you know what I mean? You know, so why am I getting jealous? You know, it's basically...
And sometimes from the perception from the outside, it's not... It might all look like sunshine and roses from the outside for a lot of these people, but I promise you that it's not for a lot of people. You know? It might look great from the outside looking in, but you never know what kind of battles people have, and what type of stress and shit people are dealing with, you know? So, yeah.
You know, I know that, to be honest with you, I've been good most of my life, do you know what I mean, yeah? I've not really gone into crime or doing anything nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, I've already, you know, I've had children and that, and had really, really beautiful times with them and all that, you know. To be honest with you, when I look at my past, even though I was talking about my past with being alienated from my children, basically, and all this sort of stuff, you know, and not be able to see my children, I've still had a good life, even though I've suffered, alright, because I don't do anything wrong to anyone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even pick a flower, if you sort of mean, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
quite, you know, I'm a nice guy, I've got a good heart, you know, and so when I look at my past, I look at a beautiful past. You know, I've always been as kind as I possibly could. You know, and I don't do things for money really, and I do it out of, you know, love. You know, because I want to do it for people. You know, I'm not really one of these sort of salespeople, if you sort of mean. I'm not one of these profit makers, or like to sort of like make a lot of money out of people and all this kind of stuff, do you know what I mean? And injure people in the pocket, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
I think we're all a little bit different, you know, that's it, you know, and I'm just a little bit different to most people, and always have been. You know, I don't like driving cars, like I've told you before.
Yeah.
Some people love cars, some people don't.
Yeah.
I'm one person that don't like cars, you know, I love birds more, if you see what I mean. And I just feel like we've got different attitudes and different interests. You know, but I just like, if you're going to be cruel, and if you're going to be rude, it's your past. It belongs to you, you know, if you're going to be angry, you know, I've been angry. You know, like I said to my wife, who I loved, didn't want me anymore. That made me angry. You know, I don't want to be with my children, you know. And it's been a war in my own mental head, really.
Yeah.
The whole lot of it, when I think about it, you know, like I say, we all live in our own little world. So whoever my children is don't really matter to anyone else, really, does it? You know, it's my life, you know. And we all got our own little problems and our own little lives, but we don't really sort of understand. Like if pain right now, I wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, and it's like that in a kind of way. We don't really sort of feel or understand each other's grievance, or
oh, you can. Well, you can do
a little bit
if you're able to relate, if you've experienced it, or you are a type of person that's just generally empathetic and that kind of very like, loving and caring for people, then you can generally kind of relate to people and kind of pick up on their pain or feel their kind of struggle or their, you know. Or if you've been through it yourself, then you've got a first-hand experience of that experience too, so you can kind of, you know, also relate. But yeah, it's true. There are some people out there that find it very hard to relate to other people. You know, find it hard to empathise, to, you know, just to care about other people. Really, to, you know, everything is, they're so self-indulged and kind of self-involved that everything is literally about them. You know, as long as it's not affecting them or in any way, shape, or form, it's not. You know, it's no concern of theirs. You know, and I think the reality is that if everyone lived their life like that, we would not live in a very productive life, society. You know, we'd not live in a very. If everyone just lived like that and buried their head in the sand every time there was a problem or something happened, and because it wasn't affecting them, then society, we would never evolve. We would never challenge anything. We would just always accept everything as a status quo, and you know, it's almost like being very robotic. You know, it's. So,
I mean, it's like talking about, because we're talking about celebrations and that, you know, like 25th of November in this town.
Yeah.
And I think probably most towns all around the country, I'm not sure, celebrate Christmas. You know, like had a carnival going through the street, followed by sort of like children wearing boxes and lights, you know, sort of dressed up.
Yeah.
And then followed by the fire engines, and then followed by the army. You know, on the 25th, and it's sort of like big, sort of like a markets going on all down the street and everything. You know, it's nice. You know, but it's on the 25th of December. You know, it's sort of like
a month.
It's not 25th of December, is it? You know, it's not been.
It's a whole month before, and it just kind of doesn't really kind of make sense, really, does it? It's a bit like.
Well, then 25th comes, and it's sort of like all secretive, and everyone's indoors, and nobody knows what's going on, and it's all quiet.
I just don't understand why they have to have the celebration so ahead of time. You know, why are we in such a hurry? Why can't it be done like 2 weeks before Christmas? Then it actually feels like it's actually closer to Christmas, and you probably might enjoy it more. You might get a bigger turnout. More people might come out because it's actually close to Christmas, and people are being like, actually, you know what? I actually feels a bit more like Christmas now. Let me get into the spirit. But doing it on November 25th, like a whole month before Christmas, it's like, you know, to me that's absurd. You know, it's like all the shops putting all the Christmas stuff out at the end of September, early October. It's like it's October, beginning of October. You're already putting out Christmas stuff. It's true though, isn't it? It happens today. A lot of shops, you know, come October, Christmas stuff is out, and it's like you know, for me personally, it just kind of, by the time we actually get around to Christmas, it's just like I'm glad it's all over, because it's like you're not only you're like, for me, Christmas should be like the whole of December. If you see what I mean. If you're going to celebrate Christmas, celebrate it during December. You know. If you want to make it a long thing, if you want to make it a long drawn out thing, make it just the whole month of December. You're going to play Christmas music starting beginning of December and it ends after Christmas. Yeah? And then all the other Christmas stuff, do like Christmas films and Christmas shows and you name it, that they do for Christmas on the telly and different, you know, platforms or whatever else. Then show all their Christmas stuff, and then when Christmas is over, that's it. You know, not have it like 3 months in advance. You know, to me it kind of ruins it.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? The way we are, in a funny way, you know, like when Christmas comes, it's sort of like, I can remember with my children, you know, sort of like trying to give them everything, you know, give them a magical Christmas, but for a father, it's quite hard work, you know, you sort of like, I can remember it, you know, sort of like, in the morning you sort of like, they come down and you give them their presents, but you sort of like, filling up the bins, you know, and emptying out bins and throwing out boxes all day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then next minute you're starting preparing dinner, you know, and it's just all hard work. And by the time you sort of like have your dinner, it's sort of like you exploded like this. And I remember sort of falling asleep on the sofa, you know.
Well, I tell you what, right? That's what I've learned over time. Yeah. I buy my presents beforehand, and when I get them, I'll wrap them. Whenever I receive whatever it is, I'll wrap it up. And then whenever the next item comes, or whatever, you know, next presents that I receive, you know, over the next couple of days, you know, if they might have taken a bit longer to arrive, then I'll wrap those ones up. So, come Christmas Day, I've pretty much just got to write their cards, really. You know, write their cards out. That's usually one of the last things I kind of do, really. All the presents and new shit is usually wrapped up and ready to go and good to go, you know. And I just write out their cards, write the names on them, put them on top of the presents, you know. And then I'll start making, you know, start doing the food, you know, so. But in all honesty, even the last few years, right, we've had a chicken instead of a turkey, and we've done lamb with it, if you see what I mean. Like the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve, I've prepared the chicken and the lamb beforehand. Overnight, so it can marinate overnight in the onions and the garlic and the rosemary and all that good shit you put on it to make it taste nice, you know. And then so the next day, come Christmas Day, all I've got to do is bung that in the oven, and then I've just got to prepare the other bits.
Well, so I say.
It's good
idea to get ahead.
Get ahead. So exactly, that's what I always like you said. That's what I said. I'm very much.
So I'm not into all that.
No, I know. But if you were still doing that, I could pretty much see you being that same type of person, because it's like it's nice to be ahead. Like it's. You know,
so to be honest with you, I might have beans on toast or something. Do you know what I mean?
Something simple.
Do you know what I mean? I just like simple. Do you know what I mean? It is all about being simple.
Yeah.
But
if you're going to your mum's, you'll have a nice Christmas dinner, I'm sure.
Well, you know, like I said, it's all about being simple. Just making sure you don't drink too much, don't eat too much, don't sleep. You know, do you know what I mean? Unless, you know, I know how to be happy now, and how to have a nice bath every day.
Yeah. How
to meditate each day. How to enjoy life, you know. I mean, so I'm in a position, in a funny way, that I'm retired.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to sort of have the time to enjoy life like I do.
Yeah.
But some people have got to earn a living. You know, a lot of people have actually, haven't they? You know what I mean? And that's tough. You know, I know what it's like, you know, to be there, earn a living, and then have very little holidays, like, to celebrate.
Well, I'm lucky, I must say, in my profession, right, mate? I'm lucky in my profession. I get like 6 weeks holiday.
Yeah.
I get like 5.5, 6
like
weeks.
teachers get good holidays too.
Oh yeah, of course, because they're off. Every time the kids are off, they're off as well. So they get summer holidays off, Christmas holidays off, and obviously all the half terms during the year and stuff like that too. They have off as well, don't they? So yeah.
So I mean, I'll be honest with you, I used to have a number of jobs, you know, especially when I was married. I had 2 jobs going on, maybe 3. You know, and I was working many hours, especially when I was a young man. You know, I used to work on ships.
Yeah.
And I used to work like 16 hours a day on these ships. You know, it's a long day. They let you have 8 hours sleep.
Yeah, that's great.
Then you have an hour break, maybe. You know, but
it's a long time.
And that was 7 days a week on a Sunday as well.
Yeah.
For maybe 2 months, you know, or 6 weeks and things, you know.
It's a long time, yeah.
So, you know, I've been there, you know, I know what it's like to sort of give up all your time so you can think in a kind of way, you know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, today I'm lucky enough to be able to sleep when I want, just like a cat. I can sleep 9 times a day if I wish. But I don't do that, you know, because you've got to be sensible, you know. You got to sleep when it gets dark, and then when it gets light, you wake up. Do you know what I mean? Then you have a bath, a good bath. Do you know what I mean? A relaxing one, and just switch off. You know, don't get rambled up with all this news. That's, you know, keep away from it. You know, keep yourself, your mind pure. Yeah. You know, with the trees and the flowers. That's what I say. You know, because it can poison you. You know. Yeah. But you know, be aware. You know that this world's, you know, dangerous. Basically, you know, and keep yourself safe. You know, that's another one. You know, keep yourself safe. You know, you know, there's all kinds of things. You know, during Christmas, you want to keep yourself safe, don't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And safe and warm. You want to keep your, you know, you want to keep your children safe as well and happy. If you sort of mean, it's all about protecting their happiness.
And I always say to people during Christmas time anyway, you should be more screwed on anyway, because Christmas time tends to be a time too where a lot more things happen too, in terms of like robberies and muggings and stuff like this too. These things tend to generally happen more so, honestly, during like this festive period, because you know, people are after money, people want things, you know, people want to have a good time.
There's always poor people out there. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. So, especially this time of year, don't get me wrong, you should always be on point, but like certain times of the year, especially like Christmas time, you should have your head on a swivel a little bit, just be paying attention to your surroundings and you know what's going on, and you know, don't fall victim to the odd person that might be, you know, might be a bandit, you know, trying to do some, you know.
I say to myself, right, yeah, I don't think anyone's really poor in this world as long as they're alive, you know, and they got a bit of food, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's poor.
As long as you got the essentials, you can't really complain about anything, you know.
No one's poor.
As long as you got, excuse me, as long as you got a roof over your head, like you said, food in the cupboards, got some money in the bank to sustain you and keep you going, and you got clothes and everything you need, and you know all the essentials that you need to enjoy life, then you know everything on top of that is a bonus, is a plus, you know, it's a blessing, isn't it?
You know, at the end of the day, we only need little food each day, like a banana, or, do you know what I mean? We don't need a lot, really, do we? Do you know what I mean, you know?
It's not even me, mate. I eat one meal a day. I eat one main meal a day, and I find that is enough for me.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean, I might have a little snack here and there. Like I might have like, if I'm really hungry in the evening, I might have some cereal or something. If you see what I mean, or you know, I might have a little, you know, something light. But that's it. I'm fine. I don't need any more than that. Like I used to find before, eating all that food, like it was too much.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
So I think you get a lot of greedy people out there. You know, they want to take and want more than they already got.
Than you need.
Well, they already got a lot, some people, right? And they still want more.
Well, I used to find like, it's always
never happy.
For a long time now, right, mate? I'll wake up in the morning and I honestly won't be hungry till like 2 o'clock. Around like 2 o'clock, I might not always eat at 2 o'clock. But what I'm saying is, I might start getting peckish about that kind of time. Start feeling a bit hungry about that time. Yeah, and that's the first time for the day that I actually feel hungry. So before that, you know, for the last 18 months, 2 years, I've been doing this now. But before that, I would make myself eat for the sake of eating. You get what I mean? I wasn't actually hungry, but I was like, oh, well, you know, I should have breakfast, I should have lunch, and you know, you're in this mentality of this routine that's been indoctrinated into you that you think you should do because this is what you've been taught, and the way, you know, everyone else kind of lives their life, and you know, it should work for you too. But I was just like, you know what? Why am I eating? If I'm not actually hungry, what am I eating? Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm, you know. So now, when I get hungry, when I'm actually hungry, is when I eat. If you see what I mean.
Same here.
I don't just, you know, because some people just eat for the sake of eating. Like, they might be nervous, they might be, you know, whatever, you know. But I just today I try to have like one meal a day, which is a good meal, you know what I mean, something real sustainable, you know, some goodness, you know. And then, like I said, if I get a little bit hungry in the evening, then I have a little snack, you know what I mean. But
well, I think I have more than one meal, but you know, I just know that I never really go hungry. In a kind of way, you know, I look after myself, you know, and like so I keep ahead with my food, you know, in a kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
Like a squirrel does, you know. Squirrels are quite clever. Yeah. I wonder if squirrels celebrate Christmas. Interesting question, isn't it? But I mean, even, you know, like at Christmas, some people buy their pets Christmas, you know.
Yeah, buy their pets a present. And all sorts
you know,
of
they
shit,
go really over the top. Here he goes, you know.
Yeah.
And they even wrap it up, and then you know, they unwrap it. There's a bone in there.
Yeah.
A dog, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny.
You know, like I say, it's quite funny in it. Like, you know, like we're all living in our different worlds, and I think like people look at Christmas in a different way, and some people as a child didn't have a very good Christmas as a childhood.
Yeah.
And some people have been lonely all their life. Some people have, and they've never enjoyed Christmas at all. Never had any children in their life. I think, like, you know, but me personally, I've had children, so have you. So you can sort of, I mean, like, you said you had beautiful Christmases when you were a child, magical Christmas, and so did I. You know, my parents, my stepdad and my mother, they always made sure we had a magical Christmas, and they were.
Yeah.
They were, you know.
Yeah.
And it's nice because all the family, I can remember the whole family enjoyed it because we're all together. And it's quite beautiful, isn't it, when the family is together, you know, they're not at school, they're not at work.
And generally too, it's one of those times of the year too where people will be getting on, everyone will be getting on together.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like...
Well, to be honest, I'm looking forward to this Christmas, you know, because I mean, like I said to you, my daughter appeared last night, and I've not seen her for a number of years, and she spoke to my mother, and she's coming down hopefully at Christmas, you know, and that's something to look forward to, if you ask me.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, for sure.
Because you know, like I've been deprived from Christmas after Christmas.
Yeah.
I did have a few Christmases with my children when they were younger.
Yeah.
But I've just been deprived for a number of years, you know, and I felt a bit empty every Christmas because of it. So every time Christmas comes, I feel a bit sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm not with my children, do you know what I mean? Some people feel like that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So, I'd say Christmas affects people in different ways, I think, you know, and same as birthdays in a funny way, you know, like some people don't enjoy getting older.
Yeah.
Now, why do we celebrate our birthdays when we're getting older?
Yeah.
You know,
well, I think
I'm 99, I'm 100.
Well,
I'm nearly dead. I'm nearly dead now.
It's one good thing about celebrating your birthday, I must say, is when that time of the year comes around again, right? On the day that you were born, there's a very magical, energetic thing that happens in the universe, if you see what I mean. On your birthday, if you see what I mean, that can affect you, you know. So that is the only good thing I will say about really celebrating a birthday is, you know, it's just,
Well, I personally find my birthday very magical. Because
it's like you're back in realignment of the day you were born.
Well, no,
you know,
the reason why I find my birthday magical is I was born on my mum's birthday, on her 20th birthday, you know. It's always a special day because my mum buys me a birthday present and I buy her one. You know?
You share a birthday.
And we go out for a meal every year, you know. And this year I went out with my son. It was only a couple of months ago, and you know, we had a fantastic time and we won't forget it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all pleased to be together.
Yeah.
We're not together often, my family, you know, it's been like quite difficult, you know, but now it's coming together a little bit, you know, and we're going to hopefully in the future sort of like get together a couple of times a year. Because like I say, it's really difficult these days to get together because everyone's so busy.
Yeah.
Earning a living. And that's the tough thing about life, you know, and that's what makes it nice about having these little celebrations, because we don't have many moments in life when you think about it at the end of the day in a lifetime. How many Christmas, I mean, I've had 58 now.
Yeah.
Christmases, you've only had 30.
Yeah.
You know, so I've had a number, maybe I'm going to live for another 30 Christmases, I don't know, not 30 birthdays. I don't know, you know, but I'm just going to celebrate every day, hopefully, until I die. You know, as long as I'm not in pain, I'm going to be happy, I think, you know, because I just feel I know how to be happy, if you see what I mean. I wouldn't be happy if I lost my home. So happy, you know, that's another thing, you know, if you're homeless or not. Some people are homeless at Christmas Sunday, and that's another subject, isn't it, homelessness. At Christmas time, you know, because there's a lot of people in our world that are homeless. You know, there's a lot of people in our world that rent.
Yeah.
Lots of people that rent, you know, that are struggling to pay their rent, you know. A lot of people struggling to pay their mortgage.
It's true.
A lot of people struggling in life to be happy. It's you know, especially with this virus flu-y thing, you shut down. Rubbish, I call it. You know, that's what my personal views are all, but there you go.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's it's a big, I think like the flu's always been about, if you ask me, every year, and now they're making a thing about it. They're making business out of it, if you ask me.
That's it.
And having a control on everyone, I don't know, I hate it. I think it's I think it's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, any final words, any closing statements on this week's episode? All about
celebration.
Anything you want to leave with the people, mate?
Yeah, just celebrate every day.
That's it.
And just enjoy being who you are, enjoy being alive, because honestly, you're not going to be here that long anyway.
That's it. That's
Simple.
it. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, really. I would have said exactly the same thing.
Oh,
to be very honest, mate, you summarised it perfectly. So.
Yeah, I can't say no more.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, good night. God bless. We'll be back again next week with a brand new episode. Hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas and a happy new.
My t-shirt.
That's it. Got his Christmas shirt on for this.
Show everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, hope everyone has a great Christmas. Happy New Year to one and all. God bless. We'll be back again next week with a brand new episode, so please stay tuned for that. One love. Good night. Yeah.